Alright, we've got a little bit of time before we're live. Let's just make sure everything is good on the stream. That 5-minute delay kicking itself into action. We just played one game to warm up the old thinker box. Let's see what happens. Is it gonna work? So many questions. And the answer is yes! We have life. That's some good stuff right there. Big shout out to everyone who's in the chat already. Let's see. Ah, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Let's move that window around. Let's bring the webcam in. How's the green screen looking? Ah, it's good. Good evening, everyone. This is RollingSwarm. The stream is up and running. We played a game. We're feeling good. We're going to be following Winsk, who is next, the all-Finnish Esports team, as they embark on their campaign in the second ticketed tournament of the Spring Ascent Tournament on the EU server. Basically, the qualifying series for the Professionals Tournament, which is the top 8 teams in the Ascents. Of course, the 9 to 16th placed teams do get to enter into the Challengers Tournament, which is not as prestigious, doesn't have as juicy a prize pool, but nonetheless is actually pretty damn good fun. But we got the Tingos, WoT Blitz, Kerfuffles, Joel Busher, 7 of 9, loads of people tuned in, Taco Supreme, Harry Craig, Taco Supreme, you're famous, there you go. He's really just doing the very best with the typing there. Okay, so we've got some time. I've got my watch on today, so I can actually keep tabs on what's happening. Fun fact, very fun fact, we have got a full house this evening. Let me show you what I mean. There are 32 teams exactly in this one big 32 team group. It is a single elimination best of 3. I've kind of divided it up mentally into 4 clusters of 8. At the bottom, we've got one of the Immortals teams, TXC, Zenith, Elements, Raid, Demo, BHBP, and Ibis. I think Raid are the firm favorites from here. And actually, they probably have, out of the kind of the top level, top tier teams, probably have the easiest run into the semis, which would see them onto a pretty good prize pool in terms of cups overall. The third cluster of 8, it's Loco, Winter War, Anathema, FBI, Mercy, 03, Veil, and Final. Now, Veil, FBI, and Loca, and even Winter War all doing pretty well. This is a tough. This is quite easily the toughest group, mostly between Veil, FBI, and Loca. That is, no one wants to be in amongst that much competing big names. So certainly we're going to see some teams, some big names fall early. And like I said in the previous stream, if we get... Oh, the room's up. Fantastic. I'll just go to that in-game. If we get... I mean, this is what we've had, is if you get one big group of 32, you have no duplication of first place, second place cups amounts. So you get more separation between the top level teams. There's more of a differentiation between cups scored. So certainly I am expecting the field to open out a lot on the EU server as a result of this. So, I mean, that's anyone's guess, really. I mean, Raid, I'm picking Raid to kind of come out on top from this group of 8. But it's a best of 3 single elimination, so literally anything could happen in the meantime. Now, Loco, Winter War, and Athena, it's tough. I'm expecting Loco or FBI or Veil to make it through to face Raid. I'm expecting that to be the semis. It's too messy. There's too many predictions to make in the meantime. The next one, I'm expecting Endgame to come out of this and make their way into the semis. They have a relatively easy-ish group. Again, like this is the ticketed tournament. There is no such thing as an easy group. But the German Legion, K4, Mate, 7CD, and W1B, formerly known as ESA. That's a tough draw, actually. The two W1B teams getting pitched against each other. That sucks for them. But it is all done on on win rate based seeding MM. So that's a really tough draw for them. But I think Endgame are the firm favourites to go to the semis out of that one. At least that's my call. And Amonet is following Endgame this evening. So if you're interested in tuning in, catching some of their games, that is worth seeing. Now, what we are following Win. And they are, it's not quite as tough as the Veil, Loca, FBI group, in my opinion. But still, I mean, it's up there. Maybe it's equal. Legion, APA, Souls, Kraken Esports, Immortals, Ukraine. I mean, this is very tough. Interestingly, APA and Souls are the two teams that people are saying, you know, they're doing very well at the moment, and people are going, oh wow, these guys are really showing up. But only one of them can go through to the quarterfinals. So there's a lot of questions are going to get answered very, very quickly this evening, which is fantastic. We'll see Win versus IVI. If they beat IVI, we'll probably see them versus Legion. So I'm not expecting this to be the longest stream. Legion are my favourites to win this cluster of 8. So I'm expecting Legion Endgame, Raid, and then Loca, FBI, or Veil. I mean, that is what I expect, but it's worth bearing in mind that the last time I tried to do some predictions, I got every single one wrong in the top 4. So what I think apparently doesn't matter, which is very fair. So IVI versus Win. We're going on to Win to Malinovka. This is a great map. Now, the current meta doesn't really favour Win, at least in my opinion. From what I've seen of Win in the past, they're a very speed based team, lots of aggression, lots of speed, and that's what we're seeing in the lineup here. No super heavies, a 4202, a Sheridan, Leopard, the two very fast Chinese heavies, the most mobile TD, the Grill 15, and an IS4 as their heavy unit. IVI, much more conservative. They've got a Mouse, a 268, the T110E5, playing around with their heavy contingent at the moment. But Win, this is their kind of go-to. They're great at the kind of flexible control of the map, movement, rotations, applying DPM very precisely. That is something they've always excelled at, and that's probably no small part of their success in Twister 2019. It was a very aggressive DPM mobility focused meta, and it really played to their style. The 6.9 very deep hit point pool heavies is a bit tricky. But we'll see. We will see. It's exciting. We've got 30 seconds to go. Winter Malinovka. We are ready. There's no map on the screen. I've ticked all my boxes. There we go. And I've got a little something to keep me going. Delicious. Okay. IVI versus Win. It's a best of 3. Good luck to both teams. Win the aggressive lineup. IVI balanced, but maybe lacking on the mobility front. They've only really got the Sheridan as a mobile vehicle. Potentially, if they've got the T110E5 Rebel with the speed boost, he could be able to do some good hustling here. But that remains, of course, to be seen. Oh. Let's see. Oh, this black shirt is I like full on ninja if it wasn't for like the little skull pattern going on here. Alright. IVI, red team south spawn. Win, blue team north spawn. The opening gambit of this huge 32 team group. Best of 3, single elimination, and that's what we expect. The Sheridan Diamond League camo. Getting some good spots in on Lays, but he's got Lays and left. Is that Right Nut? Right Nut and Lays barreling in, and he said, you know what, I can't hang here. Win, and Lays is looking to get some spots in. Right Nut's getting cat pressure. Welcome, PUBGM, Durgmajiladu. Ooh, Caratel getting tagged. Win, nice passive lineup here. The grill didn't connect, and it's a double cap on the go. Bearclaw and Caratel getting B. Bearclaw sponging up those shots and just bouncing off him. Lays getting tagged. Who did that to him? Torpy's in trouble. Win potentially on the back foot here. They're still down by 1000 HP. Bearclaw is just absorbing a lot of fire. Torpy is looking to engage. That's a risky call. Bearclaw is really getting hammered. It's interesting to see Win applying pressure on the mouse. Kuma's getting hit. Why is the grill taking fire? He's been spotted. Has to be careful. Win with a lot of tanks in the middle, bleeding HP. Cry little baby. Getting tagged, trying to push in, looking for a shot on Kuma. Ooh, this is very close. Bearclaw is... Oh, Cry little baby's getting tagged. Great hit from Ollie. Where is Ollie? Ollie's number 7. Getting the crossfire in. Win with the gun advantage. Starting to level off the hit point advantage. Tempe is looking for Bearclaw. He's got him. And the 268 here with a big 634 alpha. Caratel will get a kill shot in, but Young God beats him to it. It's not over yet. Win has still got quite a bit of ground to cover here. Ollie's looking for another kill. Looking for Caratel. Lines it up. Times it perfectly. And Left Nut takes down the Sheridan. Right Nut now mobile. And this one is Win's in the bag. A 5-on-2 scenario. Shouldn't be too difficult for Win to wrap this one up. Ollie bounces the 268. The 268 takes a huge hit from Coomer, and then Lays finishes him. And Left Nut from North in the Sheridan finishes off Young God in the T110E5. And it's a convincing win from Win in this opener. A tremendous amount of damage output. And that was interesting because Win and that was a very interesting strategy. Let me try and show you what I mean. Because Win are innovating. They are innovating here. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing some innovation. Let's bring up Strat Sketch. This is Strat Sketch. This is Winter Malinovka. I hope you can see that ping on the screen. Win from the North Spawn took a Leopard and an FV42 to A, forced the Sheridan from one IVI up and away. They got control of A. That gave them real good control through here. They kept the mediums putting crossfire pressure along here. The grill was playing very passive, still targetable around this area, outputting a lot of damage. The 4 heavies, now they were passive. They waited until IVI committed their forces to C and B, and they really just turned the screws on the mouse tank first, which is quite interesting. Maybe not the best call, but certainly it was the easiest one to hit. They barreled in. I mean, Torpy followed up by the others, and there was a 1-1-3 doing some great crossfire work from here. And that's it. Win had all of their guns were kind of focused here, and they leveraged a gun and effective DPM advantage because IVI was still the Sheridan was rotating round. They had some tanks up on C. And for the tanks here from IVI to get into the fight, they had to cross through relatively open ground. They got farmed for a lot of hit points. And so Win did a really good job of just kind of dictating the pace of the fight. They were a much more lightly armored force. And they met a very heavy contingent head-on in the city, but the crossfire from the mediums was absolutely key. And the double medium got them that A flank, enabled them to get some good farming damage out there. Now, going back in, swapping the spawns, IVI, red team, north spawn this time. IS4, IS7, mouse 268, Sheridan, T110E5. It's another pretty similar lineup. I'm not so sure that one medium is going to cut it against the likes of Win. Win are again with 3 very mobile tanks, the Leopard, the Sheridan, and the 4202. Which is just, I mean, one, it's just really interesting to see the 4202 here. Now, the Sheridan is not even, he's not even contesting it this time. Right Nut's going straight into A. Lays. Ooh, aggressive spotting run. Oh, ho, 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 Left Nut has lit up the entire team. He has spotted every single IVI player. Now we've got 3 heavies. Ooh, Cry Little Baby's getting tagged. Caratel again in the IS-4, backed up by Bearclaw. It didn't work for them on B last time. Torpy's trying to buy time on B. Gets double tapped. Bearclaw now crossing in the open, getting farmed. It's the same thing again. Torpy resetting B, the grill in the backfield. You've got the 113s choking down this lane, getting crossfire on B. And then you've got 3 tanks over there just hammering in the damage. But I think that IVI are wiser to it, but it cost them a lot of hit points to get this position. Cry Little Baby is now going to rotate in. Right Nut. Where is Right Nut? Good lord, there he is. Right Nut in the Leopard 1. Tentatively trying to extend. Caratel still bleeding hit points. Torpy and Ollie also losing HP. Nice shot by Right Nut into the Sheridan. IVI again with the double cap and the cap lead, but they have 2k HP behind. The 268 trying to shield his heavies from a flank. Oh, look at the hit points just sliding down from the Reds. Cry Little Baby cannot get safe. There's just too many angles for him here. He can't. He's looking for Coomer. He's down to a one-shot. He's got mediums behind him. I mean, he is not long for this world. He's very ineffective here. Young God's now in trouble. It's a low roll onto Cry Little Baby, but Coomer in the grill 15 finds his mark, and he's pushing in aggressive, full HP. The Sheridan's down, Bearclaw's down, Win are just wrapping up IVI in this pocket. And now the 268 is in a very unenviable position where he's got lays, and look at that, the Sheridan's affecting the traverse numbers of the 268. Young God's down to Right Nut. Big hit from the grill into the 268, and this could be a 7-0. Certainly it looks like it's on the way, and Torpy looking to get the best, but it's Lays with the kill shot on Caratel. Last man standing, Vova Manoilenko. Where is he? Young God, great sportsmanship, and there's a missile. I have no idea where that came from. Because there's the tank, and they're barreling in. Right Nut doesn't get the kill. Kuma going for a ram, and it's Ollie. Ollie in the 113, and it's a 7-0. Great sportsmanship there. Great sportsmanship from the IVI guys. That is superb. And a very dominant performance by Win. Same strat from both spawns, more or less. Wonderful, wonderful map control. Map control over cap control. That is something that is possible in this meta. Now, let's see. When is the next game hip-hop happening? Interesting. Ooh, Legion in 20 minutes' time. Wonderful. Let's see. Has the chart resolved itself? Interesting. We've got some results through. We have got some results through indeed. We've got a lot more results to come though. So let's play another game in our beloved T22. Phenomenal performance by Win. Very intelligent gameplay. Lots of crossfire. They've been around on the tournament circuit now for years. They're very well rehearsed as a team. And it's really nice to see them clicking like that. So, what are we up against? 140 and a Progetto. No missile tanks. Thank the tiny Iron Jesus. We got an M60 and a Batchat. I'm leaning towards A. Although it looks like our team has got other ideas, and I actually maybe think I can't play A because... Okay. Now the Foch could be our worst nightmare. Who's that? Okay, the Mark 6 isn't here. That's very encouraging. That is very encouraging indeed. There's a medium that's a 140. Okay, great read by the bat chat. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna try and insulate him while he caps. There's the Foch. We haven't been spotted. We are now we're not even gonna take names and numbers. We are gonna try and get in as aggressively as possible into their spawn, into the back lines, engaging at range. Maybe we can get a high explosive shot into the back of the VT. Probably not. Okay, crossfire. Here. Yeah, this looks good. Oh, what?
Welcome to the swarm.
Well, we're a gun down. Oh, we've equalized. Let's just now try and... We've got to move. We have got to move. I've always wondered who wins between a T-22 and a German heavy up head-to-head. And I think the answer might be me.
Welcome to the swarm.
Not bad, not bad. Oh, terrible. Nice job, Batchat. Batchat and M60. Great play. Whew. Even this dude was effective. Alright, that was pretty good. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Oh god. Oh god. Yes, please no spoilers in the chat. Mods, you have my permission to mute people who give spoilers, and repeat offenders of result spoiling will be just muted permanently on channel. Just please don't ruin it. If you know the results, don't ruin it for the people that are on the edge of their seats watching live. Okay. Speaking about people that are on the edge of their seats watching live, what's happening in the brackets? We've got many a question. There's still some answers to come. Fortunately, let's just take you over here. Raid and BHP go through. That's more or less expected. Vale and O3. I mean, I don't really know the difference between O3 and Mercy, but Vale, FBI, and Loca are through. This is an interesting matchup. These are two very highly placed teams overall. And it's going to be quite... One of them's going out. One of them's going out in the in a very early stage of a group of 32, not even getting to the quarterfinals. Whatever the bit before the quarterfinals is called, the octafinals? I don't know. Well, W1B did win. They also lost. Now they're going through to play endgame. Mates beat K4. The German Legion beat LGR. APA beat Imor. We've still got Zenith versus Elements and TXC versus the other Imor team down here. Imor will be hoping for a better result here to try and get through. Technically, Imor could make it to the quarterfinals. It will be a tall order. They'll be wanting that. They need that to stay in the top 8. APA Gaming, APA Monkey Gaming, Advanced Polish Arm of the Clan, sorry, will be facing Souls of Kraken Esports. Legion beat Ukrainian Family. And of course we saw Win versus IVI. So there's still some results to come through. 3 matches still to resolve. So that is pretty fun. Do I have any birthday tanks? Oh, I do. Oh, a tier 5. Be still my beating hat. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. An Excelsior. Really? Yeah, why not? Fluffy ASS. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. The T14s. Imbat. The Leopard's going for the T14. Oh yeah, this tank really struggles with everything. Also, I don't think I've played it that often. Nope. Look at the size of that target reticle. Ooh, Leopard 1! Let's try and get... I mean, I don't know if hold down even works. I don't even know what my armor profile is. I mean, we are not doing so well. Oh. Okay. That's a pretty good roll. But my alpha for tier 5 is not terrible. No, you wouldn't dare. You wouldn't do it, would you? Okay.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Interesting.
Enemy is hit.
I'll have you know that it's rude to turn your back on me. Okay. Oh. I mean, I don't know. I haven't played tier 5 in so long. I don't even know if I'm doing good anymore. I went with the team as Crusaders. Fluffy ASS is pumping out the damage numbers. He's in for a top gun. We let him get the top gun actually. No, we won't. Did you think I was going to let him have the top gun? Oh, no. Solid game, my friend. Solid game. All right. Let's see if the brackets are all resolved. They are. Let's have a look. Amor have got one of their two teams through out of the 1/16 to the 1/8 just before the quarterfinals. They're up against Zenith, KLS Clique's team. Elements are out of the running now. Let's be painfully honest about it. Now this one, I don't know how it's going to go. Souls and APA, this is an interesting lineup. Let me show you why. So this is the current leaderboard. APA and Souls are doing very well as a result of the 3 tournaments that have preceded this one, the 2 non-ticketed and the 1 ticketed tournament. Arguably, they are punching above their weight in terms of previous tournament performances and kind of what we'd expect. But I mean, this happens eventually if players and teams stick together long enough, they keep hanging around, getting better practicing, they will elevate themselves into professionals tournament contention, and then eventually, you know, possibly even representing the server and offline. So it's fantastic to see. I mean, new blood coming up. I mean, Souls have been in the professionals tournament before, and they were a punching bag in that top 8. I think it was for Twister 2018 or 19. I mean, they've really suffered in the professionals before, but they are back with a vengeance, doing really, really well here. Now, one of them will get knocked out in the 1/8 round, in the second round of this 32-team single elimination group. So it's really going to open up the top 8, but still everyone that's here is through. Imol really need a win. They really need to beat Zenith to get through. Oh, wait a minute. Do I have it? Yes, I've got the staying at home avatar. I'm hashtag staying at home. Stay at home. Stay at home. Got the stay at home avatar. That's cool. Okay, you didn't see it, but I've got it. Now, of course, that's the top division. Here in the middle division, Win, for example, the German Legion, K4, W1B, Anathema, BHP, Winter War, even Zenith. Oh! Best of Challengers, Clan has folded. That's interesting. BC is down. Pretty much, so even down to 7 CD are still, I don't know, more or less. I would say basically there's a few teams here that are still pushing for the top 8. So the top 8 is jostling, and there's maybe 12 to 16 teams that are kind of fighting for position there. The middle division is still open, and certainly this is where a lot of the teams that are now in kind of top 8 level have spent a lot of time in the past, and this is like the Challengers tournament is as demanding and grueling as the professionals. The rewards, the payout is not as much, but it's like if you're hell-bent on getting better in tournaments, and if you don't quite make the top 8, but you end up in the middle division, this is where you refine your skills, you practice as a team. So it's still, and I mean definitely still, like it's still worth getting into the middle division. There's still some pretty cool rewards up for grabs. Now the lower division, I mean, just to give you an idea of the scale, now the EU server is maybe a fraction of the size of the RU server. I don't know how many teams there are in total, but this is down to 32. I mean, mates, there's some teams that are doing pretty well, that are getting into the ticketed tournaments, just not getting, I mean, LGR and Mercy, and I mean, even TXC and Elements. Wow, okay, they're quite far behind. I don't know if they can recover from this one. That will be interesting. But more or less, it's this. What I am focused on, what most people's eyes are going to be on, is like what happens here. Now, there's a bit of a points duplication. I think by this evening there should be no points duplicates left in the top 8, for sure. So interesting that all teams still have someone in. We're going to see Legion versus Win. That's the game we're going to follow imminently. APA versus Souls. That's interesting because that's 1st and 5th place. One of them is going to get knocked out, which could have huge implications on how the structure of the top 8 plays out through time. German Legion and Mates are in the middle division at the moment. Mates might even be in the lower division. But I mean, that's interesting. You know, they'll play through to the quarterfinals and then they'll probably meet Endgame. Although W1B, ESA, it's a good team. There's some great players there. They could, in a best of 3, cause Endgame a lot of grief, have an upset, and potentially even go through to the semis. Potentially, although the German Legion, another fantastic group of players, drawing from the Legion clan and also a clan that used to, I don't know if it's still around, LXN, a German-speaking clan. Loker and FBI, similarly, 2 very highly seeded teams. FBI is currently 2nd. Loker are like towards the bottom of the top 8. One of them is going out, so like, but there's going to be some big shuffling happening in the top 8 for sure. I couldn't tell you who's going to win that one. Welcome, Beer Kazak. 03 and Vale. Vale were expecting to win this. Imor and Cleeks, I couldn't tell you. Raid and BHP were expecting Raid to win that one. And I am rooting for Imor. I am Team Immortals on this one. I would really like to see them into the top 8. And certainly, like, if they can get into a top 8 in this ticketed tournament, it's going to keep them in the top 8. But they might slip into the top.
Nice one, bruv.
Oh, thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. There's the tournament room. Invite is up. Let's see. Oh, is that coffee? Yeah, I do need coffee. Fantastic stuff. So we are now going in. We are now going in to see Legion versus Win. And I must be brutally honest. Legion are the favorites in this one. There is such a huge amount of talent in this roster, and it's going to be very tough for Win to beat them. Win have more experience together as a unit, as a team. They might have a bit more discipline, which might help them out more in a longer best-of series. Certainly, I think they've got a lot of tenacity and endurance in the sports psychology sense. A best of 3, though, is just short enough for Legion to make some really gutsy calls. But we're going back into Winter Malinovka. That's awkward because Legion will probably have seen Win's strat. That's really unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Legion are currently number 3 seed on the table. Win are still not in the top division of the spring season. They're still towards the top of the middle division. Dad's
nice one, bro.
Clearly... Thanks, Dad. Mashimal is keeping the lights on over here. He's bought... I should probably point out, Dad, that it's everything that you donate by super chat. It's like I get 70% off, and YouTube keeps 30% off. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's not a terribly efficient way of of wiring me money. 2 minutes to go. We've got. I'm gonna have to integrate chat somehow into the stream. I think that's the next step, isn't it? All right. We've got 2 minutes to go. Win are changing up slightly. They've switched to grill for a 268. Now, Legion are a bit more on the super heavy side. See, this could be dangerous because Legion are not taking any. Legion are not taking any mobile elements, apart from maybe Don Vano and new man in the roster, or a name change. Don Vano and Dakudas. The T125s with a speed boost can roleplay as a medium tank for a short 15 to 20 second time period. BATHF, great to see you, buddy. I'm absolutely gutted that we won't be hanging out in May. Like, really. But such is the nature of the world that we live in at the moment. Anyways, we're now in the top 16. The winner of this will advance to the quarterfinals. We're locked on to win. If they get knocked out, that's the end of the stream. So I don't know who you're cheering for. I'm cheering for win because we're not following a bracket. Dad, don't ask about the aimbot. Welcome, Illa Dis-Sid-Ali. Illa Dis-Sid-Ali. Welcome. Don't ask about aimbot. Don't go there. It's controversial. It's a controversy wrapped up in fancy gift wrapping with a little bow on top. And it just... Oh, God. Happy Kiwis here, rooting for Legion. We've got 25 seconds to go. Legion are... Oh, they are bringing a T22. Okay, that could be good for them. Very heavy lineup, though. Object 3 in the E100. Object 3 is a scary good player. Looking forward to seeing how this plays out. BMG, Blue Monkey Gaming, great to see you from NA. Tuning in for an EU server. Oh, we're still in the Excelsior. Great. Fantastic. We've got our boosters on as well, haven't we? Fantastic. No doubt you can't have an aimbot. You're not allowed one. Enough of that. Alright, Legion, red team south spawn versus Win, blue team north spawn. Woo. Very heavy Legion lineup. Doing an interesting thing here. Doing a very interesting thing. Firstborn, first of his name.
Welcome to the swarm.
Welcome, Kroll Majors. I tried. It's a rite of passage. I say welcome, and then I butcher your name. This could be... Legion could have been a little bit too clever here. Voopsy's going for the reset. Voopsy and the mouse. Former First Alliance R2K player, has always been around. Win with a great play, though. Win have the high ground. They've got 2 caps to 1 and they have the more mobile team. Now, of course, the art is going to be in staying alive. They are slightly behind on hit points. They've really punished Voopsy. There is some phenomenal strats coming out of Win here this evening. This is a complete change. I don't know if they've been practicing against Legion, if they anticipated this. Firstborn blind firing. Eggy looking for a shot. No real connections. Someone from north. Ooh, Tempe's in trouble. Needs to get safe. Trying to cross in the open. Does he make it? He does. Digging in. Cap pressure ramping up in the favor of Missile. Doesn't connect. Cap pressure ramping up in the favor of Win. Win with the super heavies. Just threatening here. Someone from north is in trouble. Someone from north is running out of angles. And maybe the first link to go. Legion rotating the T22 with the speed boost. Don't think you use the speed boost for that kind of rotation, but could be me. Dakudas getting attacked. Oh, left nut. Loses 1000 HP. Hits Eggy. Has dropped the speed boost. He's down. Left nut made a far too aggressive play. And Win are dialing in on Legion here. Legion are going for the counter cap on B. Win are potentially trying to restore the hit point advantage. Oh, but they're so far behind. NG almost got a shot in. Don Vano's looking for another one. Gets 500. That's a max roll into Lays. And we've got Eggy barreling in, shutting down Tempe. And Legion are in a pretty strong position here. Someone goes down. I mean, they were literally called someone from north. Legion with a 2-gun advantage and a huge hit point advantage. Win, their aggressive push just didn't come to fruition. They're trying to get stuck into the T22. There goes Lays, great focus fire. Right now from north is not long for this world. And he's on fire. They let him burn out. And it's a 6-1 victory for Legion. Huge swing as Win try and push round. And yeah, just Legion outplaying Win on a very, very technical level there. Great strat by Win. I don't think they needed the push. I think they needed to get someone from North and Tempe from North safe. They could have leveraged the cap pressure better. I don't think they needed to cross in the open and get farmed for their damage. And they are going to get punished by Legion if they try that again. I mean, you saw the Sheridan. The hit points just fell off him. Like autumnal leaves from a tree. And he went over. He was meant to be going into the back of a heavy tank with full hit points, and he went in with like about a 1 shot's worth. Which is not ideal. Not ideal at all. The chat is good. The chat is good. Oh my dear. Oh my days. Legion and Wing going back into Willington Malinovka, going on to the spawn swap. Can win with this very fragile, delicate lineup of lights and mediums and TDs wearing wet cardboard for armor. Come up trumps against a double T22 Legion lineup, and I don't know. I think Legion are on track here for a very, very strong, performance this evening. I can't see Win pulling off the same shenanigans that they did versus IVI versus Legion. We are talking about East. Oh, we're still in the Excelsior with boosters. We are talking about champions here. We are talking about EU server 2 years back-to-back champions. We're talking about like the best of the best esports players pooling under one banner. This is a scary roster. And I mean, if they can get all of their stars aligned, if they can get clicking, Legion definitely one for the top 4 of even the professionals. Now, Firstborn getting tagged for 44. Oh, Left Nut is in trouble. He has done it again. He's going for an aggressive spotting run. He went for it. He's still spotted. He's keeping out of line of sight. Great tagging. Firstborn and Voopsy getting hit. Left Nut barreling around the field. Someone from North bleeding HP again. Not ideal. Not ideal. 2 shots down. Didn't need to peek so aggressively for the fire. No caps on the go here. Double T22s from Legion. Look like they're going to make a play on A. Left Nut. Great rotation. Looking for a shot into Firstborn potentially. Can't get the gun down. Keeping A insulated. Right Nut and Kuma there. Hit points. Slight advantage for Legion. They've lost more though. Great hit for 649. Firstborn spanked for a TD's worth. Firstborn Object 3. Diamond League camo on a T22. You know this boy has been doing the hard work. Hasn't bailed and used an ATGM like everyone else in the Diamond League. He is there putting in the numbers. And we can see, welcome, Stefan. Winner also looking to get B on the go. A is being capped. That's an aggressive use of the WZ113's Eggy and NG old school Legion here. Quick capping A. Legion with the cap advantage and holding on to a slight hit point advantage. Firstborn and NG low. Very low. Now Win, they should be able to safe cap C. Coomer will get into a nice aggressive position. Does anyone have eyes on Don Vano? They do not. Don Vano rotating free, carefree in the backfield. C is capped. It's going to be just under a 1 kill advantage for Legion. They're 65 points ahead, or thereabouts. Legion now rotating up Left Nut. Doing some fast work. Overextending. Massively overextending. Evading. Using mobility as his friend. Mobility and camo. Left Nut now. Hold down with a missile. Oh! Trick shot for days! Great shot from Eggy. Into Eggy, sorry. And WoT are doing it again. They're making an aggressive play. I'm not sure if they need to do this. Someone is in the middle of the open field again. Dakudas has dropped the reactive armor. WoT are not focus firing here. Firstborn in the T-22 goes down to Lefna. Dakudas, ooh, Domvano's down. Legion are not in a great position here. Someone from North is in trouble. Engi's down. What's happening over here? Lefnut's having an absolutely phenomenal game. Someone from North is down in the open field. Dakudas has run out of reactive armor. He's got 3 guns on him. 4 guns. Tempe needs to join in with... Oh, he managed to take down Eggy. Go for the low hit point tanks. The focus fire from WoT is here. Legion are getting taken to a tiebreaker. Potentially. Now it's a 2-on-6. I don't mean to alarm anyone. But Object 3, he's a very good player. Is he good enough, though, to dodge this? He is! But not that! And the last man standing is Whoopsie in a mouse. No one likes being in the middle of that kind of firepower. And Whoopsie is down, and WoT level the scoreboards 1-1. And now the question is... wow, great play by WoT. They really changed it up then. Now the question is Middleburg. I don't know. This map is so confusing in the 6.9 meta. Thank you, Stinky, for that heads up. Turn off the boosters. Turn off the boosters. Select a different tank. Oh, interesting. Progetto for days. It is WoT versus Legion. Tiebreaker here. This could be a huge upset on the books if Legion get put down in the top 16 rather than going through to the quarterfinals. It would also be very happy for me because I would get to stream another game. But I don't know. I don't think Legion are going to give WoT that chance. If I were a betting man, I would bet on Legion to play their A game to rack up the cups here. Legion, the bookies' favourites, coming into this next matchup. Middleburg in a best of 3 on the tiebreaker. WoT demonstrating that they definitely have the capacity to get into the top 8 and play there with the big boys. I mean, they were top 4 Twister 2019 professionals. The seeding in the Ascents, they're low. They're relatively low average team win rate is putting them in a bad position overall. It's really catching them short. They're getting a tough road in the ticketed tournaments, especially there's groups of 32, and we're only getting 1 group now, probably moving forwards for the other 2 ticketed tournaments after this evening. And it is going to be Legion versus WoT for the final time. The stream ends if WoT lose. And Legion could be in trouble. They might actually... Whoa... A win for WoT here would put them into the top 8, no questions asked. If they fail to knock down Legion here, they may struggle to qualify for the professionals at all. Legion, red team North spawn, WoT, blue team South spawn. All bets are off. We've got Legion with an double IS4 SDB, Sheridan, triple T110 E5. Blind firing, no connections. And that is because WoT have been studying their homework and staying low. Tempe and someone, Ollie, triple T110 E5, double T22, Sheridan and Foch, Lefnut in an aggressive spotting position. T22s catching people really out of position. There are bullets, there are shells, there are missiles flying. Legion with a strong hit point advantage. It's going to be Brawl City. Voopsie and the Sheridan looking for a shot, doesn't get it. Big hit from Coomer into Eggy. Dakudas is in trouble. Dakudas is going down potentially. Can he get safe? I think he can't. Legion barreling in. This is all or nothing, do or die. Who's coming out on top? Right now the T22 is down. It's a gun for a gun. Legion with the hit point advantage for the time being. Who's got the better use of the T110 E5s? Eggy's in trouble, as is Lays. Welcome to the swarm of Soviet Russia. Eggy needs to get safe. Oh, Kuma's getting triple teamed here. NG catches fire, has been tracked. This is balanced on a knife edge. Lays doesn't have any support. He's going down to Radikos. Radik will get this shot in. There's no way Radikos will miss. Takes one in return. Oh, Don Vano, this is oh my goodness me, I'm running out of words. This is who's got the better focus fire, who's got the better aggression. It's a 5-on-3. Don't put NG. Oh my god, don't put Legion in a corner. Object 3 in the IS-4. Left nut barreling round. Can he get safe? He does. He's pulled the Radikos gun out. Does he have a shot for Voopsy for 607? He does, but he keeps getting stuck on the corpse. He's hanging in there. It's a 4-on-2. Can left nut get safe? He does. Voopsy and Radikos. Ollie's hanging safe. Tempe and someone are very healthy. Radikos is looking for left nut. Left nut is trying to barrel in and get safe. Left nut's keeping his head on a swivel. He's looking for Voopsy. Radikos. Oh my goodness me, it's a 4-on-2. Radikos hits Tempe. Someone hits Radikos in the side. Radikos is really hanging in there. Someone's trying to rotate. Whoa, Radikos takes down Ollie. It's a low roll. It doesn't connect. It hits spaced armor. And now there is Voopsy. 1 Sheridan left versus 4. He's taken a hit. He's going to get stuck on the turret. No! GG! Voopsy! Turret mechanics! Interception! And Voopsy played his tiny little harder, but win the more aggressive side. Oh! Oh my goodness me! Tempe and someone from North having huge games. For the guys from Win, and that is a big upset. Legion will fall somewhere to the bottom of the top division, and Win are now in with a chance of making some very, very solid headway up through the divisions, potentially landing themselves a top 8 spot. The momentum of this victory, oh my goodness me, I need a breather. Brawls are very hard to call because by the time you said one thing, 3 other things have happened and you just end up chasing your tail the whole way through. What a phenomenal game for Win. Both teams just saying, all right, you know what, we're on. Huge, great call by Win, sending the triple T110 E5 lineup into the back of Legion's SDB1. Shutting him down early was very important. The SDB1 can be a nightmare. Fighting hull down in that kind of like undulating hill terrain above Middleburg. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. I am speechless. Well, let's see if any other things have resolved themselves. Ooh. Interesting. Very interesting. I'll show you in a bit. I'm going to play a game for the time being. Turn on me boosters. To make the most of me by 5 experience. In the Progetto, why not? Oh my goodness me. Well, on the basis... Yep, 268, great call. Now there's no light tanks, so I'm going to say I've probably got the better view range here. Based on being... That's why you angle. 420, who's that? Oh, that's a 50B or a 57. We're not overextending. Gonna let our camo settle. Better camo values, we know we've got the best view range. Don't do it 268. Okay, that's a 50B. 121, interesting. Right, now we need to go. Did we? Five. No! Gosh darn it! That was so close. Oh, come on. Get stuck in. Spartan Leopard is right. The left nut really did hang in there. Huh? Oh, good win. Solid win. What a wonderful, wonderful game that was. Just reading the chat back now as you guys react to Wynn's victory over Legion. Gonna have a quick look and see if the results are in. The results are in. Let's have a look at the scoreboards. Well, we know that Wynn caused an upset, beating Legion in the top 16. APA beats Souls. Souls will probably drop out of the top 8 overall for the time being. German Legion beat the Mates. They go on to face Endgame. You can catch that game live on Amonet's channel. FBI beat Loka. And Vale beat 03. Immortals and Raid go through. Immortals beating Zenith. And Raid beating Best Hungarian Blitz players BHBP. And that is your top 8. So we'll see Win versus APA. What time is it now? It is 5-2. The next game is at 4 past. We've got time for one more game. Let's have another one. Let's have another one in the Progetto. Enemy have got a missile. We've got a medium tank advantage though. We've got a missile too. Fantastic. We actually have a Sheridan. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Enemy armor is damaged. They're hit. One of our trucks was hit. Enemy armor is damaged. Nice shot.
Our heavies are in trouble. But they were always going to be in trouble. Interesting play.
He's gone. Find us another target.
Fall back, 62. Fall back. Did I hit him? This is so many shades of not ideal. You take the medium flank advantage so you don't have to fight the heavy tanks in the city. What happens? Your team goes into the city. Ugh. What?
Penetration. We hit them hard.
Nope. I quite agree. Did he spot us? He did not spot us. You can have the cap win. Or you can come and face me like men. All 5 of you.
That's gotta hurt. Penetration. Penetration.
Oh no! Boo! 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 No! I don't like it. This is a fun fact about World of Tanks Blitz. Hypothetically speaking, if your team is more geared for the light flank, and you win the light flank, but some of your team have decided that they want to try and win the heavy flank, but they've fallen apart and they've died, you shouldn't take your very fragile medium tank into the city to face the heavies. You should stay in the medium tank area and force them to come to you. It is I mean, like, it's a level of stupidity and insanity which I just don't comprehend. When people win a flank which their team is geared towards, and then say, I've won this flank, I must now go and engage the enemy on the flank that we were trying to avoid in the first place. You see it a lot on Yamato Harbor. You see it even more on Desert Sands, where, like, you chase the enemy out of the desert flank, and then you go, I know, now I'm going to drip feed myself into the meat grinder of the enemy heavy tanks in the city. Use your brain. Don't go into the place you were avoiding at the beginning of the match. Just because you've cleared an area doesn't mean you have to stop occupying it. If anything, dig in and farm and utilize the assets around you to your advantage. It's incredible, incredible. But it is not as incredible. Oh, good lord. Oh, man. Fantastic. Well, we've just seen... I realise this now. So, that was awkward. I've just realised that I've been streaming the leaderboard. But it's okay, I had a good game. Mr. Rock and Roller. I was not playing gravity mode. I will take that. Okay, well, we've got a minute to go. The important thing is that we're not missing the action, the real action. So let's see what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little bit of home improvement over here now, just to make sure that we don't do that again. That should be better. Now, APA versus Win. APA are currently top of the table. I would show you that. Let's just do it very quickly. APA, top of the table. Win, not yet on the table. Go back to the game. We're definitely going to see the game. So it's going to be... Rib makes a good point. Hang on. There we go. Rib makes a good point. If people don't speak English, they might think I'm talking about the tournament. I'm not. I was obviously talking about the game that I was playing. But anyways, we're now seeing Win versus APA. Top of the table, Advanced Polish Armor. Welcome Terax PL to the Swarm. Win, Red Team, North Spawn on Canals, a 4-cap map. Versus APA, Blue Team, South Spawn. And interesting move. Coomer is in the 4005, is going for the climb. It's tried and tested, and it's well executed. Win on B, APA on C. Froggy getting tagged. APA are more or less only Masio and Froggy in trouble. Does Left Nut get safe? He's jinking. He's climbing. He is safe. Great play from Left Nut. This man drives the tank like no one else. Is anyone on A? No one's on A. Win have a slight cap lead, but they don't have control over A. I think APA I think APA are going to be making. I have 3 screens, Rib. That's the worst part. That is the worst part. It's that I was so focused on that particular game that we completely missed it. Now the cap lead is being. Tempe gets hit. The cap lead is being held here by Win, and Kuma's rotated rapidly. Look at this lineup from Win. Double Leopard Sheridan, double 1-3s, and a 40-05. It's speed, very, very speed focused. APA, they bled 8 hit points. They've still got a slight lead on the very fragile Win lineup. But APA, I mean, double IS4, double T22, triple T110E5, they're lacking the punchy TDs. That could be a downside for them. Froggy, I mean, just trying to spot with exposing. I've got... Thanks, Rib. You're too kind. You're too kind. Wait a minute.
Nice one, bruv.
Thank you, Rib. Now, I'm wondering, what are APA doing? Because they're... Time for a 4th screen. I don't have enough... I'm on a laptop. I don't have enough ports. APA are stacking for a push. Coomer's on a drum reload. Ollie's holding this flank here. Oh, there's some spots. That's 3 tanks spotted. There's the push. APA are doubling down. And Yennefer is getting tagged. Split fire. Win lacking the focus fire discipline here. They're going into multiple targets. Tempe's the call from APA. APA are doing everything to drop Tempe. Win are just spreading the fire around. And that is paid off, but Froggy goes down. Kuma with a huge hit, and now APA are in the bowl. Left Nut's on the hill. Left Nut's got perfect bird's eye view of the brawl. Only Masio's in trouble. It's a gun advantage to APA. Cap points are ticking over slowly but surely. There goes only Masio. Win are slightly ahead on cap. They need to start leveraging. They need to get the next gun in. Left Nut needs to hit APA. He does. Lays. Win are doing it. They are crawling towards the semis. Torpy dueling Yennefer. Left Nut moving round, looking for a shot. Lands it. Win are moments away. There goes Melotti, and Win shut down APA. In absolutely phenomenal fashion. That was, I mean, Left Nut is doing good things. He's doing great things. He is doing great things. He is doing phenomenal things in the Sheridan. And now Win. I've just put a point on APA, Advanced Polish Armor, the current leaders of the leaderboard, winners of the last, or, I mean, did they win the last one? I can't remember. They're doing very well. They're doing very, very well. I think FBI won the last one. I can't quite recall. But anyways, APA are the ones to beat. They are top of the top division at the moment. And Win, not even on the top division, have just shut down Legion and now coming for APA. We're going to go back into... we are now going back into Canal. Match point to win. It is a best of 3. It's a single elimination. There is no playoff. If the team that loses this best of 3 is out for this evening. APA desperately need to take this one and then force it to a tiebreaker. If they don't, they'll still be pretty healthy in the top 8 overall, scoring a top 8 ticketed tournament performance so far this evening. But I mean, this could be if Win are able to win this one and advance into the top 4, I mean, they could be clawing themselves quite aggressively into top 8 contention. Very healthily if they manage this one. But APA are still the ones to beat. They are still... I mean, you saw how well coordinated that push was. I think the only thing that let them down was the terrain, really. I mean, they had the focus fire on Win. They picked up the gun first. Win were sloppy. Win were sloppy on the focus fire. They were going for the shots they could take rather than focusing all of the all of their efforts onto one gun at a time like APA did. But APA ultimately then ended up putting all of their tanks into a very bad position overall. Now Win, red team, south spawn. Interesting lineup. 2 Chinese heavies, the WZ-113's rapid capping C. And Torpy is going for a reset on Froggy. He's been spotted. Takes a hit, doesn't connect, and Win are not doing well this time. They've lost. They do have D. The Leopard 1s, Lays and Right Nut with Left Nut. Just swinging round in through the blue spawn, climbing effectively. It's a cap advantage for Win. They are 3,500 HP behind, more or less. Great hit. Left Nut. Not spotted. Soft cover, light tank camo for the win. And Win, or for Win, for the win. Have got field position, have got 2 caps, now need to start setting up a defensive network. Double Leopards, give them mobility. Torpy's in trouble. I don't think he can pull back. What's he seeing here? Only Masio, APA account 2, and Ernest, APA Ernest on the drum load, and Torpy is in trouble because in comes only Masio. Lays is there in the backfield. Gets a shot, is spotted. Will anyone tag Lays? Only Masio misses. It's a huge hit point advantage for APA. If they knew how much of an advantage they had, they would just swing in, clear out Torpy and then Tempe. And I don't think there would be anything Wing could do about it. Account 2 getting tagged. Left Nut in trouble. Left Nut sees Ernest, hits him, but now Ernest is going to drop the hammer. Good shot. Looking for a bit of ram damage. Doesn't quite get it. And I think Left Nut is in all sorts of trouble here. And does as much damage to himself as he does to Ernest. Torpy's down. Left Nut is soon to be down to Ernest. Ernest with a fantastic kill, and Win are falling apart on this second one. They are 2-1 hit point disadvantage. 3 guns down. Although they have managed to take down APA account 2. In comes APA account 1. Looking for another shot, and it's 2 leopards and a grill. And the math hammer swingeth. And well, there's only so much that can be done. Melody in the grill 15 deleting Lays. And APA seeking vengeance and taking it to a tiebreaker. Poor the Right Nut is about to get one hell of a beating. And he is smashed to pieces. And Win punished for their hubris. Absolutely punished. APA forcing it to a tiebreak on Hellas, which is a map where we don't have free camera elevation. That is that is more or less what we're going to be seeing. Turn the boosters off. Don't know if it actually takes the boosters into the tournament, but don't want to find out. All right. APA and Win on a tiebreaker now into Hellas, a relatively new map. Win's very aggressive double leopard stance falling flat. The huge hit point disparity showing towards the end of that second match on Canals. They're really relying on... I don't know what they're doing. They've got just under a minute to sort out that roster. APA with a very, very... reliable lineup. No TDs. That's the interesting take-home point. I mean, they're looking at 2 IS4s, 2 WZ-113s, double T22s, and Yennefer in the T110E5. It's a lot of tanks that are pretty much not jacks of all trade, but are very. There's no kind of very fragile elements in that roster. Win, on the other hand, similarly with a leaning on the T110E5 IS4 WZ113. Interesting to note, we're not seeseeing any FV215Bs, the British Tier 10 heavy tank. But we do have Coomer from North in the 268. They're bringing two T110E5s. Right Nut in the Leopard 1 and Lays in the 4202 British medium. Win, the only team that I've seen so far to use the 4202 effectively. And Hellas. Let's see what happens here. Win, red team North Spawn teeing up against APA, blue team South Spawn. The winner advances to the semi-finals. The loser is out for this part of the tournament. And just to show you what we mean, the free cam on here, that's as high as it goes. It doesn't work. So we're gonna just stay behind the right nut for the time being. And he's pushed up into the bush, getting some spots in here. Just seeing what he can do, what targets he can identify. Oh, free cam doesn't work. And oh dear, APA have said, you know what, we're coming for Torpy, and they are, because Torpy is not long for this world. Win have to react. Torpy is pushing forwards, looking to get a shot in to Froggy, but Torpy is going down. APA with a very aggressive Iron Fist push, and Win are on the back foot in terms of guns and hit points. Now, do they have the play to win this? Big roll from APA account 2. Lay is looking for a shot. Gets a pretty high roll, but is getting bullied by the 113s. Tempe's down, and APA are looking like they're on fire at the moment. They're really just dropping the hammer on Win. Win 2 spread out, not anticipating such an aggressive rush, and Ollie's tracked and will be going down to Froggy, and Win falling apart here. I don't think Win can come back from this. It's a 3-on-6, and I don't think that they have the tanks left to do what's required. There's some amazing focus fire and movement from APA as a cohesive unit, and only Masio drilling into the left nut, and this could be painful, and it doesn't quite finish him off, but a little tap here. No, not going for a ram, forces a heat shell into the tracks, and into the behind of left nut, and he is bust open, and last man standing is Lays from North, and Froggy with the kill, and APA with a great comeback, and again some more sportsmanship. And APA shut down Win in the top, well, in the quarterfinals. Now we've still got some more games to resolve themselves. Let's see. Oof. We don't have any more games to resolve themselves. Let me show you the results so far. APA beating Win. It was a very good run for Win. Endgame beat the German Legion. They now go to face APA in the semi-finals. And you can go and join Ammonet's stream, which is what I will be doing. I'm going to wrap up the stream now and then head on over to Ammonet's channel. I'm going to see if I can find a link to Ammonet's stream. Let's see. Yeah, that's Ammonet's stream.
We have no choice.
Oh.
Because like I said, with the
and now you're going to be hearing that. Interesting.
The free camera
we're coming, Ammonet. Don't worry. We're on our way. We're on our way. We've grabbed that. I'll play a game, and then I'll share that once the results are done. It's not by 5 anymore, is it? No. All right. Let's play another game in the Progetto. You thought I had forgotten. I almost forgot. Okay. We'll play this game.
Welcome to this war.
Welcome, David Rutkowski. Oh, I actually don't know what to do.
Let's go.
We are down on the medium flank by a tank. We've got a pretty good lineup for the heavy flank. So what I'm going to do is insulate. There's no point me being on the front line in the heavy flank because I'll get torn to pieces. I am about burst damage and mobility. I am going to buy my team time. Just gonna stay here. Oh.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Oh, the E100 has come to help me and I've run away. Well, there's an E75 there. Right. E100, pull back, pull back, pull back.
That one didn't go through.
Is the E75 AFK? Right. We've done the insulation part. We bought our team time.
Nice shot. Enemy fuel tank is hit. Nice shot.
Now what we're going to do is let our clip reload. We played a very treacherous and vampiric game.
They're hit. One of our trucks was hit.
Ugh.
Enemy armor is damaged.
I am going to duel you.
Nice shot.
Suffer not the ATGM to live.
Penetration.
That's my motto.
Gotcha.
Boom. Right. Feels good, man. So, now let's go raid Ammonet stream. This stream is ending. I'm going to go and be on Ammonet's stream. Let's all go over there and take the party on and support our boys endgame as they embark on the next leg of the journey. So this is RollingSwarm thanking you for tuning in. Looking forward to seeing the die-hard and North American fans in about 5 or 6 hours time for some North American Ascent Tournament action. Take care. See you on Ammonet stream. Bye for now.
Welcome to the swarm.